Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Chitalu Chewe. Guys, today we're talking all things aptitude tests. This is everything you have to know before you start preparing, because I know you've just gotten a phone call or an email telling you that in a few days you are going to be writing an aptitude test. OMG, OMG, OMG. I'm so excited for you. But again, I know you're so nervous, but I hope that this video helps to calm you down, because I'm going to explain to you what you should do, what you should expect, and yeah, let's get right into it. So guys, when you talk about an aptitude test, most of the time, like, really pay attention to the wording of the invitation. Did they say psychometric test? Did they say aptitude test? Did they say interview? Like, what did they say? And if it was written aptitude test, you need to continue watching this video, because in my experience, I've noticed that when they say aptitude test, it's comprised of so many components. I feel like that is one that is like the most vague thing. What do I mean when I say that an aptitude test is comprised of so many components? What I mean is that there will definitely be a section where there will be psychometric questions, and these may be mumbo jumbo, because like I told you, it's a aptitude test. So you can find question 1 is about numerical reasoning, question 2 is about abstract reasoning, question 3 is mental ability, question 4 is mechanical reasoning, and they can do that. And also, one thing I've noticed is that in aptitude tests, they can also add general knowledge. So there are things that are common in your country or in your community or in your profession. They could ask you questions about, for example, there's one aptitude test that I attended where there were questions to do with the history of Zambia. They would be asking what was the old name of Lusaka, what was which province was previously known as Fort Rosemary, and yeah, they're like, what? You know, like, these are, it's kind of common knowledge, but it's not so common. So they want to see, like, how good is your memory? Can you remember things that you learned like in primary school? You see, yeah. So they can ask you things like that, like, who's the third president of the country? You know, yeah, like, you obviously know the first one and you know the current one, but you know that there are other presidents in between, but you remember the actual third one. Hey, you have to jog your mind a little bit, like, which one is number 3? But like, okay, okay, yeah. So these are the kinds of questions that you would expect. And also, there's also another aptitude test that I wrote, which had a section which had questions to do specifically with my profession and the role that I was applying for, because I'm a lawyer by profession. So in the aptitude test, there was a section which had criminal law. Like, they were asking us things to do with criminal law, how to commence an action, what kind of things you would add in the indictment, whether it's a charge or an information, and things like that. Like, oh my god, I did not expect that they would ask me like law questions, right? But then that's what I'm saying, that an aptitude test can be comprised of anything and everything. And also, one thing I should mention is that if the company you are applying for is established by an act of parliament, please, please, please read that act, especially for lawyers. Read that act. But in general terms, go to the company's website, read about it. Who's the, is it the managing director, is it the director general? Like, find out, like, these, you know, common things about the company. Know their history, know what they're about, their mission statement, and things like that. Because like I've told you, an aptitude test can be comprised of anything and everything. It can be mumbo jumboed in different. The next thing I want to talk about is that the test that you're taking also depends on the company that you are applying for. So I remember there was a time when I applied to a manufacturing company, and it was a trainee position. So this company manufactures cement, and the questions had a lot of mechanical reasoning questions in them. Even though there were others, there was numerical reasoning, there was a part with the situational questions and stuff like that. So the company that you're applying for really plays a big role in the kinds of questions that you can find in an aptitude test. So you should be aware, okay, is this a manufacturing company? They must do something with mechanics and stuff like that. So they want someone, even though you're a lawyer, you should know about mechanics, right? The next thing you should pay attention to is the position that you are applying for. So the time when I was applying for a trainee program and the time when I was applying to be a learner legal, the kinds of questions that came were different, because when they advertise for a position for trainee, they want people from different fields. So there were lawyers there were engineers, there were um, bankers, accountants. Like, it was just a whole pool of different people who have just graduated, because that's what the training program is. They want people who've just graduated and they want to teach them their business and then put them in their company. So even the aptitude test was broad. There was a part to do with numerical reasoning, there was a part to do with mechanical reasoning, there was a part to do with like comprehension, situational questions. So they put in all these different things so that depending on who you are and where you're from, you can have a shot at passing. And also on the page, on the front page of the aptitude test, we had to put our names and we had to put the degree that we had. So I think that really helped them, like when they were marking, if they find that this person maybe didn't do well with mechanical reasoning, and then they see that this person is an accountant, it can make them understand, like, okay, this person maybe is not good with mechanical reasoning because of this degree that they have. But then if a person who has put engineering there is not good with mechanical reasoning, now that would be a red flag, right? Yes. So different positions will require different kinds of tests. And what I've heard is that those who apply for higher positions, like managerial positions, there are a lot of questions to do with leadership. So they'll be asking them questions about leadership. What would you do if one of your people on your team maybe was late for work or was found stealing some material from the company? What would you do? Yeah, so they ask them like these leadership kind of questions, So you should really be aware of the company you're applying for and the position that you are applying for, and make sure that you prepare in thinking about that. Like, okay, if they are employing a trainee, what kind of people are they receiving? What kind of applications are they receiving? They're receiving from everybody. So even the aptitude test would be one that can comprise different specializations. And yeah, so those are the things that you should keep in mind when you're preparing for your aptitude test. Now back to the moment where you are. Today you've received your invitation to come and write this aptitude test. What do? First, you watch my video. Of course, you watch my video, you like and you subscribe, and then you start practicing. Practice while your mind is still fresh. Practice some questions. Then when you kind of get tired, go to the website of the company, start going through whatever, like just click all the buttons that you can find. Go to their LinkedIn pages if they are on LinkedIn. If you find the managing director has a LinkedIn account, go check through, skim through, like just familiarize yourself with it, because trust me, it shows when you go to a place and it shows that you are really, really lost. Yeah, even if you don't really know them personally, but you will feel comfortable if you've seen the person before. You'll be like, oh yeah, I know that's the boss, that's the managing director. Or yeah, I know that person is the secretary of this company. Like, you can, it makes you feel better, even more confident. Even if you don't meet those people that day, you will feel more confident in yourself that things about this company that you've gone to. Yes. So guys, I wish you the best. I hope that you practice well and practice the questions that are expected for the company you're applying for and for the position you are applying for. Thank you very much, guys, for watching this video, and until next time, it's love from me. Bye.